Wow, what a few weeks, what a couple of months it's been in this huge story. It could and would have been the biggest transfer in British football history, but Harry Kane is going nowhere. He announced that yesterday on social media, and as you've heard, it has been the topic on talkSPORT and pretty much everywhere for the last couple of months. And I'm delighted to say I'm joined by YouTuber and huge Spurs fan, Chris Cowlin. Now, a very good morning, Chris. How are we, mate?
Morning, Jake. Very, very happy with the news yesterday, obviously.
Yeah, as I heard Jim White make that announcement yesterday, I could see you on my screen, Chris, and there was a little right smile that went across your face. It's better than Christmas, right, for you right now?
The thing is, Jake, you want the best players in your team, and there's no better than Harry Kane, and one of the best strikers in the world. With a player who has scored 166 Premier League goals, 3 times Golden Boot winner. Of course, playmaker of the season last season. He's an incredible player. How would you replace someone like him? All of us Tottenham Hotspur fans are super excited about seeing him again in a Tottenham shirt. Will he play tonight in the Europa Conference League or on Sunday against Watford in the Premier League? But I'm sure if he plays in either of those 2 games, he will get his first goals of the season. And I just think this is absolutely great news for us, because when you think about it, 4 or 5 years ago, we were challenging for the Premier League. A couple of years ago, we were in the Champions League final. We're now playing in the Europa Conference League. We played Europa League football last season, and we now need to progress the club and go back in the right direction and try and get Champions League football. And you're not going to do that without players and stars like Harry Kane. So this is super exciting news. We've had a really good month so far under Nuno Espirito Santo, beat the champions Manchester City, got a win against Wolves at the weekend. And, we've all got to be positive now this season. We've got 5 days left of this transfer window, hoping that we can bring in another few players to play in and around Harry Kane, create even more goals, because we didn't have problems last season scoring goals under Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. We had defensive problems. So we brought in Christian Romero, but if we could bring in 1 or 2 defensive reinforcements, I think that we will, be pushing for that top 4 spot.
Talk me through your kind of mindset and thought process with Harry, because it was only really for me this week, maybe about Tuesday, where I thought, do you know what? I think he might be staying at Spurs. I'd imagine you were probably there a little bit before me.
To be honest, Jake, I've changed my mind a number of times during the summer, because, some of us fans have hated the uncertainty of not knowing whether he's staying or going. But as I said, we're absolutely delighted that he's staying. And if you heard saw the reception that he got at Wolves when he come on at Molineux for the last 20 minutes or so, it was absolutely superb that every single fan got behind him. And, I think Harry Kane was actually probably surprised on Sunday, the reception he got. And I just thought it was an amazing moment. And, every single one of us want him to stay. We're absolutely delighted that he's staying. And ultimately, all of us fans want to win trophies, and Harry Kane wants to win trophies. And let's hope that he does it at Spurs, because, he's been at the club for a very, very long time, and he wants success. And I'm so glad that he put that statement out, stating that he is 100% behind the team and he's raring to go again. It's absolutely delightful news. On that statement, forgive me, I'm not in the process in the world of bursting people's bubbles, but what I read into this, and tell me if I'm wrong and reading too much into it, he says, I will be staying at Tottenham this summer and will be 100% focused on helping the team achieve success. Am I reading too much into those 2 words, this summer, Chris? The thing is, Jake, we could be, kind of negative about it and say, well, he could be leaving in the January transfer window. He could be leaving at the end of this current season. But then again, in a couple of weeks' time, we could get an announcement stating that he's just signed a brand new contract. Football is football. Things can change every single day. But we've got to concentrate on the now. We've got to be positive for Tottenham fans, because over the last 18 months or so, there has been so much negativity amongst the fans, amongst the club. And as I say, the club direction, it must go back in the right direction, because, we have declined over the last couple of years, and it's so important to get back in those Champions League spots. But things can change. Personally, I'm hoping that Harry Kane sees out his career at Spurs, because he could go on to be the all-time leading goal scorer, overtaking Jimmy Greaves. But I understand Harry Kane's frustration. We're all frustrated as Spurs fans as well. We all want success. We all want trophies. And let's hope that Nuno Espirito Santo can deliver them in the near future.
Are there any concerns whatsoever following the last 2.5 months or however long it's been of him wanting to move? Are you in any way concerned about the kind of Harry Kane, the kind of player you're going to get back in your team now? Because, Nuno, I'm sure, would have been kind of half preparing for a season without him.
I've got no concerns whatsoever. Harry Kane is a true professional. When he comes onto the pitch, he will give 100%. He will want to win the Golden Boot again. As I said at the start of the conversation, 3 times Golden Boot winner. He's missed 2 Premier League games so far. He's got 36 left. He will want to finish as the Golden Boot winner. He will give his 100% all. And that's what I love about Harry Kane, a true professional. And, cannot wait to see him in a Spurs shirt again.
OK, then. So less than a week of the transfer window left, Chris. You mentioned you want a couple of defensive reinforcements to kind of help you along and achieve, better than last time out. How confident are you now that this news could kind of spur more action and more transfer activity for Spurs?
I think it has to. If we want to get back in that top 4 and that Champions League spot, we have to go out and identify the problems that we had last year, and that was in the defensive area. Yes, we have brought in Christian Romero from Atalanta, a fantastic signing. We haven't seen too much of him yet, but we do need a right back. We do need another centre back. We do still need someone to replace Christian Eriksen, that creative midfielder, because Harry Kane drops so deep. A lot of the time he would score a lot more goals if he was in the box. And we do need another striker as well. Even though Harry Kane is staying, Carlos Vinicius has gone back. Gareth Bale's gone back as well after their respective loans. So these players still do need to be replaced. And if we want any chance of getting back into that top 4, which is the key for this season, get back into Champions League football, we do need more signings. So I'm hoping that the next 5 days are very, very busy at Tottenham.
Yeah, I watched the first game, Chris, Spurs against Man City, and I was really taken back by the atmosphere within the stadium, because it hasn't been a fairly happy camp, I think it's fair to say, the last 18 months or so. But you would not have noticed that for a single moment in that game. Now, following yesterday's news of Harry staying, do you think that's going to have a real impact in terms of that good positive feeling in and around the football club, which could hopefully relate itself to some positive results on the football pitch itself?
Absolutely, Jake. I tell you, the negativity around the club in the last 18 months has been it's been awful. It really has. And the fact that we got back into that stadium, full capacity crowd, the crowd was absolutely incredible. One of the best atmospheres I've ever witnessed. And, to beat the champions Manchester City, particularly that they were after Harry Kane as well. And Pep Guardiola had come out and said that he wants Harry Kane in his team. The Harry Kane team, beat him without Harry Kane yet again. And that was a superb performance, an all-round team performance, lots of great individual performances as well. And it was really great to see. And I can't use that word enough, positivity. We must be positive about this season now. 2 wins out of 2 clean sheets. And as I said, if we get more defensive reinforcements in and a few other key players in this transfer window, who knows what Tottenham Hotspur can achieve. But we've got to take day by day. We're going through this transition, we're going through this rebuild, so it will take time, but as I keep saying, it has to be the key this season to get back into the Champions League, because the Europa Conference League or Europa League football is not where we want to be, and when you've got players like Harry Kane in the team, they deserve success, and so do us fans, because let's face it, 13 long years without a trophy, it's far too long for a club like Spurs.
You say who knows what you could achieve, but Chris, what do you think you can achieve?
The aim has to be top 4, and the aim has to be trying to put a trophy.
But do you think you could do top 4 this season?
I think it really depends on the next 5 days, Jake. I think that we need to have this conversation again in 5 days, because these 5 days are key, that Tottenham do make key additions to our squad. It has to, we have to go out and spend money. We have to show real ambition and real intent of what we want to do this season in the next 5 days in this transfer market. But lots has changed at Tottenham Football Club. Fabio Paratici has come in as director of football. A few players have been offloaded already. A number of players could still go out the door. Tongion Ndombele, Moussa Sissoko, Serge Aurier. Lots of players still could go out the door. They don't look like they're going to be in Nuno Espirito Santo's plans. But this is a transition. So it has to be done in the right way, and it won't be done all in this summer. We will need to be patient, but if we are going to be patient, it would be great to see us play Champions League football next season.
Okay, one last one. You have got a football game tonight, Chris. You need to overturn a 1-goal deficit against Pacos de Ferrer. Are you bothered? And do you think you can do it?
Absolutely bothered. Yeah, you know me very well, Jake. I love a cup competition. I love Tottenham to go all out to try and win these cup competitions. Of course, we lost 1-0 last week in Portugal, and we've got to overturn this tie. I'm sure that Nuno Espirito Santo will put quite a strengthened team out tonight to get the job done. So we go through to the group stages, which of course the draw is tomorrow. And hopefully we can go on and progress in this competition quite far, and perhaps go on to win it and face Roma and Jose Mourinho in the final.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? All right, top stuff, Chris. Well, do you know what? I'll hold you to that. We'll have a chat in 5 days' time once your transfer business is hopefully all done and a few extra bodies through the door for sure. But yeah, huge news for Spurs yesterday. And Harry Kane, he is going to be staying. And a reminder, they have got a game of football this evening. Will Harry play? Well, only one way to find out. Have a watch of that, and we'll speak to Chris in 5 days' time once the transfer window is closed. Be interesting to see who and who else comes through the door for Spurs. Look, coming up next, we're going to